Yesterday, the United States Department of Justice filed a response to a lawsuit stemming from the mid-air collision between American Airlines Flight 5342 and a U.S. Army helicopter near Washington Reagan National Airport. In that filing, the U.S. government accepted responsibility and indicated it is willing to compensate the families affected by this tragedy. And on the surface, that sounds like accountability, but after reading the filing, I feel deeply unsettled, because while the government is accepting liability, it is also spreading blame in a way that I believe is inappropriate. According to the DOJ filing, the air traffic controller failed to properly alert the pilots that the aircraft were on a collision course. It also suggests that the pilots of Flight 5342 should have detected the helicopter via a collision avoidance system and failed to maintain adequate vigilance. Now, before I go any further, I want to be very clear. The NTSB has not yet released its final report. It is entirely possible there are facts we do not yet know. But based on the information available today, I want to address each of these claims, starting with the air traffic controller. The controller followed established procedures, as I've discussed in other videos. Visual separation is a valid and commonly used form of separation. The controller issued traffic advisories to the helicopter multiple times. The helicopter pilot acknowledged that traffic and explicitly stated they would maintain visual separation. That matters because once a pilot accepts visual separation, the responsibility to maintain separation shifts to that pilot. Now, I personally believe that the existence of a helicopter route crossing the final approach path, especially at night, is inherently dangerous. But that is a systemic issue. That is a failure in procedure, design, and approval, not the controller's execution. To the air traffic controller involved, you followed the rules you were trained on. You did your job. I am deeply sorry that you were being placed at the center of this narrative. This was not your fault. Let's talk about the pilots of Flight 5342. Yes, pilots are expected to scan for traffic. That's true, but context matters. At the time of the collision, this crew was flying a circling approach at night, one of the most workload-intensive phases of flight. If you've never flown a circling approach at night, it requires constant attention to altitude, airspeed, bank angle, terrain, and runway alignment. Their focus was exactly where it needed to be on flying the airplane. Additionally, at that low altitude, their traffic collision avoidance system was suppressed as it is designed to be. And since the helicopter crew had accepted visual separation, the responsibility to maintain that separation did not belong to Flight 5342. To the families of those pilots, this was not their fault. I am profoundly sorry that they too are being pulled into this narrative. Assigning blame before the final investigative report is complete helps no one, and it risks undermining the very purpose of independent safety investigations. What I'm doing here is not assigning cause. It's pushing back on claims of failure that aren't supported by the procedures or the facts we currently have. Accountability matters, but accountability should be rooted in facts, not convenience. And until the NTSB finishes its work, we should be very careful about who we choose to blame.